Hopefully people start trickling in soon. I wish there was a 15-minute rule for adult meetings too, that people don't show up in 15 minutes, the whole thing's canceled.
Okay.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, sorry I was so late. We were assigning out 25,000 tasks to be done.
Waiting on at least Eden, and then we can get started. If others want to join, they can, but not too concerned about the others since they haven't been keeping up. By the way, Stuart, Michelle has been watching these lessons and kind of learning from them, and she was wondering if you could upload the last lesson.
Yeah, I thought I did, but I can find it.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Have you gotten out to vote yet?
I have not. We're going on first.
Do you need a ride to the polls on Saturday?
No, I do not. We're going Saturday. Don't worry.
Hey, that's been my because I asked a couple people like, oh no, I haven't. I'm like, well, do you need a ride? I can give you a ride.
If you look at my record, I don't know if it's public or not. I voted in all the past elections.
It is, but I haven't looked.
You can take a look. I don't think I've missed a single one.
Some of the members of the Vote Yes campaign did, and we're like looking up these people on Nextdoor, and like they're not even registered.
That's ridiculous.
I did poll watching, and I'm fairly certain that it's going to pass. Oof. Look at that! Look at that bend. That is a bad print. That's supposed to be square.
It's not very in focus. Better, yeah. Yeah, that doesn't look very good.
That's some warping. What? There's some of them are good. Some of them turned out well. I just got some I feel like my build plate is shaped like a bowl. Yeah, here's another one.
You have a glass plate?
Yep. Here's another one. Oh, that it like raises on the edge.
I use a mirror. The Home Depot sells these square mirrors. You can cut them down to size. They're pretty thick.
That might work. So I definitely added one thing that helped a lot. So I added this insulation, this front and the bottom of it, so that it keeps the heat in there and it doesn't go out through the bottom, so the heat's more constant. That seems to help.
I'm recording this to the cloud, by the way. Is that the way to go?
Yes.
Awesome. Hopefully Eden shows up in the next 5 minutes.
If not, I think we can start.
Okay.
Do y'all want to meet my dog?
Sure.
Okay. The answer is always going to be yes. I feel like anytime someone says that, it's like yes.
So this is Miso.
Like the soup?
Yeah.
Cute. How old is Miso?
She's 1.5. Yeah.
Did you guys just get her?
We got her last Thanksgiving. Last Thanksgiving.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's Eden.
Howdy, howdy. Welcome. Let me get my notes opened up.
You said you're recording this already?
I am. Alrighty, we can get started. So today we're going to learn, let me share my screen. Today we're going to learn about command chaining and Git. And if we have time, we will maybe get started on another command, but I doubt it. So go ahead and get your code opened up. And first, we're going to start with Git. So I think Eden has a GitHub account. Alexa, do you have a GitHub account? Let me open up chat so I can read it.
I believe so, I think.
Great. Okay, so gonna want to go to github.com. If you're not logged in, you're gonna want to log in. And then we're gonna figure out how to download the Git stuff. So we're gonna want to download GitHub Desktop. It's gonna be under something. Let's Google it. Gonna be in github.desktop.com. So this is the Git client. Let me put it in chat. Go to this link and you should see what I'm seeing on my screen. You go ahead and hit the download button. We're gonna set up GitHub Desktop. It's a fairly large download, so it might take a little bit of time. Once everyone's downloaded, open it up, and I'll wait here until everyone's downloaded and caught up, and we'll continue moving forward. No, it doesn't look like it asks for much of anything. Okay, cool. So you should see a screen once it's downloaded and you've opened it. I'm going to go ahead and sign into github.com since that's a self-explanatory step. We're going to authorize. Okay, I'll wait here. Awesome, Eden. Happy to hear it. Just waiting on Alexa then. Alexa, keep us updated on your progress. Here's my dog, Alexa. His name is Bop. Oops, I forgot I'm sharing my screen. No, we cannot hear you. You are muted. Can't hear you.
Hey, Kusha, what was last time's class over?
Was the turning
It was turn.
right? Am I making a mistake? It was turning and maybe the selectors. We also did that diagramming exercise. It's been a while, so I could definitely be making a mistake. Alexa, we can't hear you. Can you confirm in chat whether or not you see the screen?
Hello?
Hey, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I just downloaded it. We're good.
You're on the screen here?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and press File, New Repository. Maybe not New Repository. Let's see if we can figure this out. Add local repository. And then go to your project. So it's going to be Romi template for me. Oops, yeah, I was wrong. It's create a repository. Oh, it looks like you have to do it through there. So go ahead and do that same thing. Choose your folder. It's going to say this directory does not appear to be a Git repository. Would you like to create a repository here instead? Click on create a repository. Go ahead and give it a description. So we're going to say learning about Java programming with Romi. We're going to go ahead and initialize this repository with a git readme. And for the git ignore, we're going to go ahead and, instead of none, scroll down here and find Java. And we can do no license for now. Licensing is not something we have to worry about. All right. Is everyone up to speed here? Can I press create repository? I'm going to assume silence means yes. And I'm going to go ahead and press create repository. So let it do its magic. So let's talk about what Git is. So it just created an initial commit for us. Let's talk about what Git is. You can think of Git as when you play a video game, let's say free roaming video game, right? If you guys have ever played a Skyrim or a Zelda, you can save at any point in these video games. You can think of Git as the save system. It's the save system in a video game. So let's say you're about to battle a boss, and you can save at any point while playing this video game. Say you're about to battle a boss. And you happen to know, based on talking to your friend, that this is a particularly difficult boss. And you've made some progress you don't want to lose when you battle this boss. So what do? Well, right before you step into the dungeon to battle this boss, and before I continue, is everyone on board with this metaphor? Is the video game metaphor good for you, Zoomer folk? I'll take silence as a yes. So anyway, you're about to battle this boss. Basically, thank you, Eden. So you create a save right before battling the boss. Once you step into the dungeon, you're fighting this boss. You have a ton of cool gear or whatever that you've found, and you don't want to lose it. Create a save in the game's save system. You step into the dungeon with the battle, and immediately the boss hits you for a quadrillion hit points, and you're dead. and you lose all your progress. So what do? You load up the save right before you step into the dungeon. That's exactly what Git is. Git is a save system. You're about to make some code changes. You're about to completely flip this repository over on its head. But you want to do that risk-free. So what do? You create a commit. So with that being said, that's all Git is. It's the difference between the last commit and the commit you're making now. It's a tree of commits. Every commit is linked to each other. Just like you make one save in your video game, and then you make another save. Your progress moves linearly with these saves. It's the same deal with Git. So with that being said, let's go ahead and press publish this repository to GitHub. We're going to press it. And for me, I like to keep my code public. Your future employers, internships, colleges, they love to see that your GitHub has a bunch of stuff. Okay? So for example, we can look at my GitHub here. I have a bunch of stuff.
That's absolutely the truth. When we get programming, both at Southwest and Rev, we'll sit there and like, all right, let's look at your resume, read your resume. And as we're reviewing that, we'll go to GitHub and see if they have a GitHub account and what they have worked on.
Exactly. So it's in your benefit to keep this public, right? There's no secrets. I can change the metaphor to fit D&D, by the way. We're gonna have to stretch the rules of D&D since there are no save states in D&D, but we'll make it work. So anyway,
wish spell with go back 5 minutes. I wish that we were back 5 minutes ago. You can do it.
Perfect. Yeah, great. I've only played D&D one time. Thanks for the save there, Stuart. So anyway, I recommend that you keep this code public on your GitHub. So I'm just going to name mine Romi Robotics. And I'm going to go ahead and press Publish Repository. So you can see up here it says Pushing to Origin, writing objects. You're taking your history. You have a local Git history. The save system that I described earlier, it's called Git. It's not called the save system. On your local machine, you have the save history or your Git history. And now there's this server that has a Git history, right? But it's not always syncing. You have to push your history to origin. What we just did is we took our local save states, pushed it to the server being GitHub. So now if I go back to GitHub and I click on repositories, we can see there's Romi Robotics, and we have learning about Java programming with the Romi. So if I click on this, you can see that all of our code is there. We made a little README with our description. It says that it's in Java. And it tells us that we have a commit. You can think of the commits as your save states. So let's go ahead. Has everyone been able to successfully? Oh, you have to reset your password. Let's pause right here. Eden, reset your password. Alexa, please confirm whether or not you see this screen. Once everyone sees the screen, let's keep moving forward. This is important stuff. The basics are real important for you guys to understand.
Okay, I don't see that screen.
Did you press push to origin? So if you look at your GitHub desktop program, what does it say right here where it says fetch origin on mine?
Last fetched 2 minutes ago. Mine says the same thing.
So if you go to your GitHub profile, so mine is github.com/myname. Do you see this page? But your details?
Hang on. To there. Also, I accidentally closed or like pressed publish before I changed it to Romi.
What do you mean changed it? Go ahead and share your screen if you're okay with that. I can stop sharing my screen. If I can figure that out, yep. Let me see if I've let everyone share their screen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I also accidentally pressed publish before I changed it to Romi Robotics. It's Romi template right now. Is that okay?
Yeah, it just all that is that the repository name on your GitHub profile is going to be called Romi template.
Okay.
I can
cool.
show you how to change it if you share your screen.
Okay. Let me share. Oh yeah, participant screen sharing is disabled.
All right. I don't use Zoom in my day-to-day, so I have to figure out how to do this. Okay, I got everyone can share now.
Okay, cool. This is my profile screen.
Perfect. So you can see Romi template got pushed up. So go ahead and click on Romi template. Okay. So you need to make your initial commit. So go ahead and open up GitHub Desktop.
Can you see that?
No, I can only see Chrome right now.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. I think what you need to do here is press File. Go ahead and actually show an Explorer. What happens when you press Show an Explorer? Do you see the folder where all your code is stored?
This one?
I only see GitHub Desktop, so you're going to have to tell me.
Oh, wait. The folder?
Yeah, so
Is it-
Show an Explorer should open it up in your Windows Explorer.
Right. Oh, yes. Okay.
Is this your code folder?
I don't know. I have a Romi template GitHub folder. I have a Romi Robot folder with.
Let's do this. Let's do this. I think you made a new folder on accident. What we want to do is use the existing Romi template folder to create a repository off of. You want to take your files and create save states within your files. So go ahead and press File.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Where's. Okay.
New repository. For local path, click Choose. And go to your Romi folder. Okay, great. Select folder. Now give it a name.
This one's.
Give it a description, whatever you want to call it. That's fine. Initialize the repository with a readme. For your git ignore, do Java. And then create your repository, that's right. Okay, from here, I'm confident that it's going to show up on your GitHub. So I'm going to take over screen sharing.
Okay.
Verify for me that it shows up on your GitHub. Hey, Eden, were you able to get your repository showing up on GitHub? Let me open up chat. I'm bad at keeping chat open. You published yours. Okay, great. And you have when you open your published project, do you have this git ignore? And does your git ignore look similar to mine? I'll make it a little bigger. Okay, that's okay. But all the rest of your files are there. Looks the same as your project.
My files aren't there for Romi Robotics. I'm gonna try to track down and see if there's a different file. Or do you think that was the right file?
Share your screen again.
Okay.
You're good, Eden. You're caught up. The only thing you don't have is a git ignore, which not a big deal.
Should I share desktop or Chrome?
Whatever you're comfortable with. I prefer desktop, but if you're not comfortable with that, share your individual programs.
Okay, this is the desktop. I'll show you what the Chrome looks like. It looks the same. That's not it. Okay.
Oh, I misunderstood what you meant by desktop.
Oh yeah, sorry. Now. I meant GitHub desktop or desktop GitHub Chrome. This is the thing. This is Romi Robotics.
Click on your profile. You see your profile name in the upper left? Okay, that works. Click on Romi template. Okay, go back to Romi Robotics. Okay, can you open up GitHub or share the GitHub desktop?
Yeah.
When you press show in Explorer, what does it show you? I can't see, by the way. You're gonna have to share that screen.
That's not it.
If you can share your entire screen, if you're comfortable with that, that'd be the most helpful. But it's okay if you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I can do that. Here, can you see that?
Yep. Okay, that's what it opens up. And if you go to one directory above, click on Romi Robot up there in the address bar. Do you get what I'm saying? I lost your sound, I think.
Okay, sorry. My audio
I
cut out for the past like 10 seconds.
No worries. I have it now. Can you click on Romi Robot?
This one?
Yeah. Click on it, not right click. Yeah. Okay. I understand what's going on. So go ahead and delete. Can you go ahead and delete Romi Robotics and Romi template for me?
Oh, in the Chrome?
No, in here.
Or
in here.
In here?
Delete these two folders.
Wait.
You're going to have to close out GitHub Desktop. Don't worry about that error right now. Go ahead and close out VS Code as well, and Sublime, unless you're not doing anything robotics related in Sublime.
Is that this one? Oh, wait.
Is it? I don't know.
Mommy, what it? Oh, yeah, this is Sublime. Sorry, my mom does some programming, so.
Okay.
Can we X out of
Go
this
ahead.
one? Can I X out of this?
I don't know.
It's
That's not a me question.
Sorry, I was talking to my mom. Okay,
no
we're
worries.
good.
Can you go ahead and close out VS Code?
Oops, that's not it. Which one is it again?
VS Code is the blue thing. That's not Zoom.
Gotcha.
Go ahead and close that out. Yeah, and try deleting Romi template again. All right, great. Go ahead and open up GitHub Desktop again. Okay, go ahead and press remove. Okay. Hold on right here. Go ahead and press File. New repository. Yep, give it a name. Hold on, before you do that, press cancel. Let me look at my GitHub desktop. I'm sorry, I've been telling you to do the wrong thing. Press on File. But before you do this, go back to Chrome. Let's delete the 2 repositories you have uploaded. So go to Settings. If you scroll down, there's a delete button. It's in red. Go ahead and press delete this repository. It's going to tell you to type in the repository name, so type what it tells you to do. All you're doing is deleting this empty repository. Okay, now delete the other one. Settings, yeah. Perfect. All right, now go into GitHub Desktop. Click on File. Add local repository. Choose the path where your code lives. Looks like that's the correct path. And where it says, would you like to create a repository here instead, click on create a repository. Eden, if you're here, let me open up chat. Before you move on from this, I just want to point something out to Eden. Eden, are you here? Do you see where it says, if you want to add the correct git ignore, this is how you do it. You need to delete your repository, bring this screen back up. Alexa, can you press the git ignore dropdown? Find Java. This is how you add get the correct git ignore in your repository. So if you delete your repository off of GitHub, reinitialize it all, create this repository, you'll get the correct git ignore. Go ahead and press create repository. You can initialize the repository with a readme. It's not a big deal. Okay, that's okay. Go ahead and press publish repository. I want you to note real quick before you press that. You see how in the bottom left it says committed just now, initial commit? All right, I'm gonna take your mouse moving there as acknowledgement. All that's saying is you have this list of files, and it's created an initial save state. Save states are commits. It's created an initial commit off of the state of all your files. Go ahead and press publish repository. Uncheck keep this code private. In my opinion, you can keep it private if you want. This is a you decision, not a me decision. This is your GitHub, not mine. So now it's taking all your files and pushing it to GitHub. Okay, great. So now if you go to, oh, you put it under in Pierce Robotics. We can fix this. Let me make sure Alexa's code made it, and then let's work on yours. It's going to require some manual stuff, so you're going to have to share your screen if that's possible. Go ahead and go to your profile. Yep. Perfect. Yeah. By the way, I have code from my freshman year on my GitHub, so it is impressive. Yeah, go ahead and join the meeting on your other computer, and we can walk you through that. All right, good work, Alexa. While Eden does that, I'm going to run to the restroom. I can potentially do that. I will try my best to do that, Eden. I'll set a reminder for myself this Sunday to do that. Setting it right now. On Sunday at 1:50 p.m., it's going to remind me of your message so we can use the same link. Good suggestion. Oh, our meetings are not on Sunday. Our meetings are on Saturday. That's awkward. All right, it will remind me Saturday at 1:50 p.m. to use the same meeting link. Yes, you should share your screen. If you're comfortable with sharing the whole desktop, that would be most ideal because we need to delete some stuff in the folder and then do some stuff in GitHub desktop and then do some stuff in GitHub. If not, open up Windows Explorer, I guess, first. Okay, so first thing I want you to do is go ahead and go to Settings. And scroll all the way down to Delete Repository. Type in the repository name. You got a lot of privileges on this organization. That was not the intent. Okay, so now open up the folder. Go ahead and close GitHub Desktop and close VS Code. Open up the folder that you've been coding off of. Okay. Okay, great. Go ahead and reopen up GitHub Desktop. Show this folder in Explorer. We're going to want to delete this folder. This is just an empty folder, by the way. Okay, go one up, which means click on GitHub and delete this folder. You may have to delete, close GitHub, excuse me. It may yell at you. Okay, great. So now go back to GitHub Desktop. Wait, one more thing. Okay, cool. Go ahead and press remove. Perfect, you did the right thing. Click on File. File in the upper left. Add local repository. Choose the path of your code, the one we've been doing this whole time. Is that the one or is it the one on your desktop? The last command we wrote was turn time. So maybe look at both and see which one has turn time, right? That's the last command we wrote? I don't remember. I have a bad memory. The commands are going to be under SRC, by the way. SRC main Java, FRC, robot commands. So that one's definitely not it if there are no commands. So I think you can get rid of that folder, by the way, if you don't want it. Just to keep things organized so there's no more confusion in the future. Go ahead and try Romi template. So same path, yep. Java, right? That doesn't look like it's it either. You can press File, like the file in the upper left. I think there's an Open in Explorer button somewhere. Maybe it's under View. Good idea. Press cancel. Press cancel. Go ahead and just open up your regular. Go ahead, press. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, go back to VS Code. Go back to VS Code. I figured out what you need to do. Sorry. Press View. Explorer. That was the wrong thing. I did not figure out what you need to do. I swear there's a View in Explorer button. Okay, I got it now. For real, I got it. If you right-click Romi template on the left, yeah, that one. Maybe right below it, right-click right below it. Sure, right-click that. Reveal in File Explorer. It's the third option. Okay, so one under Documents, because you see in the this is the current project you have open. This is gonna be the project. So go ahead and you can verify if you want, but this is the project you have open in VS Code. Great. So now go to GitHub. Go to GitHub Desktop. Yep, that's the one. Yep, you got it. That's right. Okay, now click on Create a Repository. Give it whatever name you want. Perfect. Give it whatever description you want. You don't have to give it a description if you don't want to give it a description. Git ignore, yep. Find Java. And then you don't need to give it a license. And press Create Repository. It's going to take a second. Okay, now go ahead and press Publish. Yep. And you see how it says organization none? You're confident now that you're not publishing it to the Pierce Robotics organization. So it's taking your local Git history and syncing it to the server, which is github.com. And once this completes, you should be able to see your code on github.com under your profile. All right, you're done. It should be on your GitHub profile now. And I can show you how to rename it if you want. There you go. Happy with this? You can rename it or give it a description in the setting. You can give it the description here. You can rename it in the settings. Yep, it's that first option. All right. I'll take back over from here. Good work. So now we all have this, whatever you named your template, on our GitHub profiles. Hopefully Alexa's still with us. Let me open up chat again so I can keep reading what y'all are saying. That did not open chat. There we go. All right. Happy to hear that, Alexa. So it says one commit. What's a commit? It's that save. You've created a save state. Let's click on one commit. It shows us the save. It says initial commit. It created this for us. If we click on it, if you click on a commit, it shows us the delta. Have you guys learned delta, the triangle symbol in math yet? No. So delta means difference of changes. So let's say you had, how do I explain delta? Stuart, help me out here. Delta is like I said, the difference of changes. So
I was muted there. So let's say you're measuring, you're running a mile, and you start running. And the first second you ran 10 feet, and the second you're really fast. The first second you run 10 feet, and then the second you run you're at 20 feet. So your delta from second 1 and second 2 is 10 feet. It's the change between two things. Did you guys do slope? Okay, delta is kind of like the slope. It's but it's specifically the change between two discrete instances.
That's exactly right. Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate you jumping in there. So in our case, delta means the difference between the previous commit and the current commit. So the current commit we're on is named initial commit. And again, a commit is a save, right? The difference between the last commit, which is no commits, there's no commits before initial commit, and initial commit, this is the difference between them. All of these files were added between nothing and this commit. That's the delta. So you can think of a commit as the delta or the changes between the last commit and this commit. In this case, initial commit had no changes beforehand. It was a blank repository. It didn't exist. So every single file we've pushed up to GitHub is the delta of changes. So let's go ahead and make a change and understand how the heck this thing works. Where is the symbol? There is no symbol. There is no symbol. I was just trying to explain what a commit is. A commit is the delta of changes between the last save state or commit and this current commit we're on.
Yeah, Eden, in math, when you get in a few years, there will be a symbol for a discrete change. It's called a delta. Is a little, yeah, it's that. Just means change, especially when you get to calculus. And it is different than the derivative. A delta is not necessarily the derivative.
When we're talking about Git, delta is extremely useful to reference. So let's go into our code. Let's go into our code and let's go to robot container. So instead of turn time here for our description, yes, it's kind of like the recap part. And I'm going to show you exactly what this delta of differences means. what a commit represents we're going to do a simple exercise here. So we have turn time in our autonomous description, right? When we open up the dashboard, it says turn time. Instead of turn time, let's make this turn robot for select amount of time, okay? And this is a crappy description. I'm going to be honest with you, but for this exercise, it'll be useful. So we've saved it. We've changed it. We've changed it from turn time to turn robot for select amount of time. We saved it. Something interesting happened. On the side here, there's a little M by robot container, and it's in yellow while all the other ones are white. What does this mean? What does this mean? Means that there was a modification done in robot container since your last commit. So let's go ahead and open up GitHub Desktop and really understand what this M means. If we open up GitHub Desktop, we now see there's one changed file, robot container, and it shows us previously we had turn time. And now, by the way, I want you guys to be doing this. And now we have turn robot for a select amount of time. So we're going to go in here on the right where it says changes, make sure it's checked. If it's unchecked, the change is unstaged for commit. Unstaged for commit. This is terminology you need to know. That means when you make a commit, this change will not be a part of the commit. When you click this checkbox, this change is now staged for commit. You've staged the change. You've staged the file. We can see down here, it gives us a little input box. And then there's a description under it. What are these two boxes for? The first one's a brief description, a title, if you will, for what the changes were. And if the changes are big, you can then write a novel in the description box. But usually, you're never going to type anything in the description box. You're just going to update this title. So in this case, what do we do? Well, we updated the description for turn time. Turn time in auton selector. That's a really long and wordy description, but that's okay. Really long and wordy title, excuse me, but that's okay. So updated the description for turn time. And we're going to press commit to main. So what did we just do? We just added a commit to our Git history. We added our second save. You can see down here, it says committed just now. The updated the description for turn time in auton selector. But if we want, we've made this commit, we go to our GitHub, we go back one where we see the list of commits. And how do you get to this screen? You go to your repository, you click on this little hour icon where it says number commit, and it shows you all the commits for this repository. Repository means folder. We can see if we refresh here, our new commit isn't here. What do we do? What did we just do? Well, locally, you have your Git. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog's like chewing. He like obsessively chews on his toy. I'm not going to show you guys. And he makes gross noises. I'm going to kick him out real quick. Out. Come on, go. So, sorry.
Hey, Kusha.
Yeah.
My VS Code isn't like launching the, like it's not pulling up any of the codes we've done.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah. So this is this.
Okay. So press open folder.
And then
Okay.
So that's the one I have.
Go ahead and press select folder. There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Do you want me
Okay,
to walk
thank
you
you.
through what we just did?
Yes, please.
So go to robot container. Go ahead and close that welcome tab on the right. Go down to where the turn time description is.
Wait, is that one?
This is not the what we've been working on. Is there another folder on your computer?
That was the one.
You said open file. You need to press open folder.
Yeah, I think it's just this.
Maybe we deleted it on accident. So you don't share what's in your trash bin. Go ahead and, do you know how to recover stuff from your recycle bin?
Not really.
And you're sure this is the folder we've been working out of?
I'm not super sure.
Okay, 1 second. Give me 1 second. We may have accidentally deleted the folder you were working on. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you how to recover the folder. Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Ignore my messy Git desktop. Okay, so let's say I delete Romi template, right? Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Oops, I can't delete it because it's open right now. Let's try again. I can't delete it because it's still open. Let's close all those. Try again. Try again. No, don't update. Okay, we've deleted our Romi folder, right? There's this recycle bin in Windows. If you open it up, you can see exactly what we've deleted. It might be full of stuff for you, I don't know. So what you want to do is sort by date deleted and see if you have a Romi folder in here. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Let me know if you find a Romi folder.
Okay. I found the Romi template and Romi robotics, and the Romi template looks like it is a bigger size, like a lot bigger size than Romi robotics. I'm gonna see.
So go ahead and recover that folder. So how you recover it is if you right click it and press restore, it'll just reappear where you deleted it. Do you see what happened there? It's gone from my recycle bin and it's back in my documents folder.
Okay.
Press restore and then open that folder up in VS Code.
Okay. It didn't go back to my documents. So
Do you remember where it was? Maybe it wasn't in documents. Maybe it was on your desktop or somewhere else.
Oh, it was in the GitHub, which it's just Git stuff. There's no code or anything.
And that was the bigger folder that you restored? And you're certain you restored it?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the other one? What if you restored the other one? Can you share your screen? Close out of your recycle bin and share your screen.
Yeah.
I have one more idea, one more trick up my sleeve that we can try.
That's Romi Robot. And then
Okay, so it just all you did was restore these two folders within Romi Robot, right?
right.
Okay. Go ahead and
And
you
then-
can go ahead and delete those two folders again.
Okay, wait. Yeah. This is I don't know where the other one went. But when I restored Romi template, this is where it went.
Open it up. Okay, that's you can delete this. This is garbage. Okay, go back to Romi Robot. Can you open up Romi template in this one? Can you open up Romi Robotics first? Go back. Delete Romi Robotics. Can you open up Romi template? Go to src, main, Java. Oops. Keep going. Subsystems. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, so this one's it. Do you see what happened?
Kind of.
So if you go back to Romi Robot, you accidentally created Romi template in an existing project. So all you have to do here, this is what I think you should do. I think you should click on Romi template, drag it into documents. Yep. Good. Now go to documents, delete Romi Robot.
Oopsie.
Good. Close out of VS Code. Yep. Awesome. Now go ahead and open up that Romi template folder in VS Code. Good. Okay, is this the right folder? You can close out of that.
Oh, okay.
They're just like helpful overviews. You can close out of all of those tabs if you want. Click on src, Java, commands. Okay, no, that works. This looks like our project.
Yay.
Okay. So go ahead, and what we want to do, you already know. Yep. We want to change this to a more descriptive name. So give it a more descriptive name. What is turn time doing?
It's how much time it takes to turn.
Here, I'll tell you what I wrote. I give it a little bit better name than that. Like, say what it's doing. Hold on, I gotta open mine up again.
The duration of it spinning.
I said turn robot for select amount of time. Put it in chat if you want to copy paste.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Okay, great. So save this. Go to GitHub. Okay, so now we have a new problem, right? The problem is that you created a repository off of that Romi Robot one. So we're gonna have to do this GitHub process all over again. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So go ahead and delete it. Press remove here, delete it off your GitHub. Before you do that, delete it off your GitHub because I want you to do something different. Press
Okay.
remove. Go to GitHub. Settings. You're on the right page. Yep. Okay, great. So now let's go back to VS Code before you go to GitHub. Can you undo everything you just did? I know it sounds backwards, but perfect. Save it. Now go to GitHub and do that whole thing we did again. So go to File, add local repository. Yep. Select your repository. Yep. Create a repository here instead. Give it a name and a description. Yep. Java. J. Yep. Create a repository. It's going to take a second. Go ahead and publish this repository. Yep. Either your screen froze or you stopped doing stuff. I'm guessing your screen froze.
Yeah, my screen. Okay, can you
great.
see it? Yeah.
Yep, yep. So now it should be on your GitHub. Just double check that it's on your GitHub. Perfect.
Yay.
Yep, great. Now go to VS Code, make that change again. Maybe here, yep. You already knew what I was gonna say. Save it. And now go to GitHub Desktop. You're gonna create a new commit now. And I want you to notice something. Go back to back to VS Code. I take it back. It doesn't show it. I take it back. Go to GitHub Desktop. So now we can see you have this one change. You change turn time to the portion in green.
Okay.
Give it you see where it says update robot container.java? Give it a better title than that. What did you do here?
Changed turn time name.
Change turn time name. Change turn time name to something more descriptive. Give it a little bit more meat. Give it a little bit more substance than change turn time name. Why did you change turn time name?
We like defined it better.
That's good. Write that down in your own words.
In the description or in here?
In there, you'll rarely write a description. 99% of the time, you're just going to give your commit a title. In my career, I've never once wrote a description for a commit. And I've been full-time for about 6 years. This is not letting you type. You can just start typing. You can ignore what's written in there.
Oh, okay. Smart time.
It's like suggesting, it's saying if you don't write anything, this is going to be your commit title.
Okay. Defined. Better.
I'm not super happy with that, but for the purpose, we're almost at time, so go ahead and press commit to main. We'll work on commit messages at a later time. Okay, I'm going to take over from here. You're caught up now.
Okay.
All right, so I need to open up GitHub Desktop again. We added this commit. We can see in the lower left-hand corner that our commit message is there. Everyone's commit message is probably going to be a little different. Eden, do you agree? I don't remember where we left off with you. Let me open up chat again. Come on, chat, please open. Okay. Do you see this little message in the lower left-hand side, Eden? Awesome. So we go back to github.com, not GitHub desktop. We refresh, that commit isn't there. What gives? So what's going on is that locally you have a Git repository in your folder. So if I open this folder up, oops, we already learned how to do that. If I open the folder up where all my code is stored, right? We see there's this .git folder. If you don't see a .git folder, you have to click on View and check mark this Hidden Items checkbox. Any folder with a never mind. Some folders can be hidden. Usually the .git folders created by GitHub Desktop are hidden. So if you click on View and then click on Show Hidden Items, you're going to see the .git folder. This .git folder represents your save state. All of the information about your commits is within this .git folder. To make it appear on github.com, by the way, this .git folder is called your local Git repository. On the server, there's a Git repository. The server being github.com, there's a Git repository. So you have to take this local Git folder, your Git repository, and sync it with the server, which is github.com, in order to see the changes, in order to see this commit you made on the server. So what do? We say push origin. We're pushing our local Git repository to origin. We click on push origin. All right, it's pushed. It says fetch origin, last fetch just now, no local changes. So if we go back to GitHub, we're on our Romi template, Romi Robotics, whatever you called it, project page, repository page. We can see that there are now two commits here. It has this little, what do you call it? Clock icon that says 2 commits. Click on it, you see the initial commit, and we see our new commit for the updated description for turn time in the auton selector. If we click on that, we can see the delta of changes between the last commit and this commit. That's what delta of changes means. That's all a commit is. A commit is the difference between the last commit and this commit. The only difference here was this one line. And we can see that our description has been updated. That's Git in a nutshell. You make some code changes, you push it to the server, and it shows you the changes. What's really useful is that, let's say you made a commit to make our autonomous shoot balls faster, right? Or whatever it is. Made it faster to locate the goal. We go into a match, it messes up. What can we do? We can just take this commit and remove it. We can revert the commit. We've created a save state from when our shooter was working or our robot was working, and we can go back to that save state. So you can think of Git as a list of saves that shows differences between the last save and the current save you're looking at. Those saves are called commits. All of your files together in Git are called a Git repository. And where you can see there is this thing called main. If we click on main, it says switch branches / tags, or find or create a branch. We're on branch main. A branch is like a tree branch. All these commits are linked together because, like I said before, if we click on 2 commits, this commit is what's the difference between this commit and this commit. It's not all the files. It's just the difference between this commit and this commit. So they're all linked together. So you can create branches to do some experimentation. We'll get into that at a later time. You guys have gotten the crashiest of crash courses on Git. I think we'll end it there. Any questions? Alrighty, I'll take silence as none. Is that a goodbye or a raised hand icon? I'm going to assume a goodbye icon. If so, goodbye. Clapping. Perfect. Thank you. That's it. That's it for today. I'll see you guys Saturday. I'll try to use the same Zoom link. Thanks for attending.